We are live. We are live on my
are.
channel, at least. I assume we're live on yours, Thomas. And it's
Yeah, I
exciting
don't pay any
simulcast.
attention.
Pinching
Thank you,
myself. We're live.
StreamYard, for allowing us to. It's a weird thing, isn't it? Anyway, all right, cool. Oh yeah, look, it's come up on my watch. So the Effect podcast is now streaming.
Excellent.
So
I'm glad that you set your watch to tell you such important things.
It's come up on my iPad too.
Yeah, nice. Look, there it is. Look, we're a connected world. Good morning / good evening, if depending on which part of the time zone landscape you're in. We're going to be playing Ode to the Lost, Part 2. One of the modules in Harlem Unbound, written by Chris Spivey. Once again, noting this is brilliant. We're adapting it using the setting, but running it using the Vason rules, mostly because we're too lazy to do anything else.
It works.
It works so well.
It works really well.
A couple of comments, which we make every time, but we'll make them again. None of us have a lived experience of African American experience in particular, so we're very cautious about the language we use and about the themes that we explore, and understand completely we can't represent that. We don't use certain words unless they're written into the actual script, which means I have to use
a script. Have I got a script?
Well, there was a particular. We don't use the N word at all, except when it's actually used to describe something specific in the game. So there we go. Okay, so and we've had one of the players who wasn't able to make the last session join us. Thank you, Frank. The world's quickest runaround, starting with you, Matt. Just who's your character again, and then we'll rip it along.
I am Atlanta Hughes, and I play the horn, and I am one of the longest lived of our party. No, that's all. I have the longest service of our little party here.
That's right.
Hunters.
Doug.
I am Samuel Smith. I am a investigator who is bald, has a pigeon as a friend, and generally is a bit bumbling and perhaps on purpose.
Frank.
Right. Amadeus Winthrop, a slightly aged doctor. He's in the 60s, I think. A pillar of the community in Harlem. And yeah, I've been with you guys beforehand, but I missed the last session for whatever reasons. I'm sure the GM will actually tell me
why. Paul.
I am Father Daniel Lagba, Catholic priest and pillar of the community, and not an Orisha priest at all. I know nothing about Orisha.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. And last but certainly not least, Muhammad.
Yeah, I'm playing John Andwas. He's the youngest of the group. He's still in his 20s. He's currently writing a book to find safe harbors for people. He's still in the beginning of the book, but he's getting closer.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. We did do a recap before we started, but to Matt's point, we should do a very, very, very quick recap. And because Frank was studiously listening to the recap, since it was Steve,
we'll make him do it.
Don't do the story.
That's exactly where I was going.
I was actually just filling in my character sheet at the same time. So,
all right. A very quick recap then. So, the party who owe a debt, at least as far as Pops is concerned to Pops, whether the party completely agrees that they owe a debt is that
Pops managed to convince us that we owe a debt pretty much on behalf of all of Harlem to him. I seem to remember.
Well,
and so we have to do what he said, but what he said was very cryptic.
Yes, he was exceedingly obscure, and most of you don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Would be the summary of that conversation. There were various references to people traveling north and south, and people talking to old people, and old people talking to younger people, and making up decisions and seeking advice, and it was all very confusing. Following that, though, he did give you an invitation to a presentation, which you all studiously attended, which was delivered by Dr. Elaine
Locke.
Locke. That's right, Elaine Locke, who gave a presentation on his essay on the new Negro, hence the reference to the N-word that I did refer to earlier. It's explicitly used in the text. He then, you were sort of all listening. You noticed a couple of things. One, he had an Orisha mask packed in his bag, which Father Daniel instantly identified as an Orisha mask, not through his deep theological knowledge, obviously. Yes. You noticed that there was a police stooge, I think it'd be the right language, parked in the middle of the crowd, studiously writing down notes. You stole their notebook with all the names in it before they, the notebook fell out of their pocket and you found it on the ground.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
And it was almost a cluster because two of you tried to steal the notebook at the same time, which established a degree of disconnect, I think. You also noticed a couple of other key players. Langston Hughes was there, the famous poet, and also the Thwaites, who are sort of philanthropist kind of characters who live in New York proper and are Caucasian and support the work of the various African American progress activities. You then had a terrible dream. And in that terrible dream, you saw I think correctly referred to as a slug-like being with sort of tentacles or tendrils coming out of its mouth, sniffing around, searching. You were all sort of paralyzed. You couldn't move in the dream. It was particularly horrific. It sniffed around, and then its tentacles kind of were running along the ground. They found Bob Thwaites, and it snapped his neck. It then saw something behind you. You don't know what, but it saw something behind you, and then it fled away from you, and then you snapped all awake. You went to the Thwaites' house, and you also, where did you steal the book from? We'll talk about that in a sec. That's the one bit I can't remember.
It was at the meeting.
At
the talk.
The stolen book, right? Yeah. That was that book, right? Okay. And you did identify the policeman came from the very dubious precinct which you've had problems with before. That was a key point as well. And now you have
precinct 32.
Gone to the Thwaites' house.
No, 30.
Was he's from precinct 30? I thought precinct 30 was okay, and precinct 32 is the
31 or 32. Yeah.
32 is the dodgy one.
32 is the dodgy one.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you.
The local precinct is 30, and the one slightly across the border.
Just bring your notes closer to the camera, mate. As we can all see, adaptive note taking. Some of us use notepads, some of us use whatever random piece of paper's on the table.
I had it backwards.
All the same.
You found Bob was dead on the bed with a broken neck. And you also noticed that his wife was gone. You then notified the maintenance, the custodian.
He came in with us. We made sure that he was with us because I'm used to finding dead bodies in white people's apartments now.
And you've learned some lessons from previous experience, which is don't Don't make it so African American men, in particular, are the only ones in the room when the bodies are found. It's an important life lesson.
Shared life
And then you
experience.
fled the building, leaving with your telephone repair or electrical repair uniforms. To quote John Arnsworth, a ever-present and ever-useful uniform, which has now served you well twice, if not 3 times. And this is where we find ourselves. So you had fled the building, having discovered that those dead bodies, and we are covered. So it's a little bit of a now. Amadeus, simply put, you've been working at the hospital. You actually have a real job. You actually deliver babies and take care of people who are dying and try and save people's lives, you know.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, while all this has been going on, you've been doing the sort of 36-hour shift thing at the hospital. So that's the simplest way to sort of wash away any question about what you've been doing. And you now have and the group went back to the armory, which is their sort of
our base,
their base of bases. So you now are back at the armory. You've been briefed in, and you're not sure what to do next. It's about mid-afternoon by this point, I would assume, because you went to the Waite's house in the morning, did all of that, then you went back across into Harlem. By the time you've done all that running around, it's probably mid-afternoon, considering you had to get out there in the first place. What, if anything, would you like to do?
Read book.
Read book. There's a lot of names in the book.
Give Amadeus a ring and
aspects
get him over here.
Yes. We will assume this has happened, that he is with you. This is all. You've talked to him over the telephone. He's now got a full reading of what's going on.
Did
at least
I agree to have a talk with Elaine Locke later on?
Yes, you did. You said that you would catch up with him to talk to him about, you know, shared interests.
Yes. A theological
Very
discussion.
interested in what he had to say.
Yeah.
So you could go to Lane's accommodation. That is definitely an option.
I think that's a good option, or an option I will suggest anyway. I think we should potentially go and have a word.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Thoughts, questions, desires?
I don't know if we can maybe know about this slug creature. Maybe read about it in some book or so.
Yeah, we got a research library in the armory.
Does someone need a haircut?
Does someone need a haircut?
All that.
Do you want to get back into debt with him so quickly? Anyway.
We have an open tab with him. So,
I want somebody to help me get rid of my mental conditions.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Shook up by what I've seen. John, I don't think you are, despite the fact you saw the same thing as I did.
Yeah, I post.
Very much
Yeah.
a black in a dead white person's apartment as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I will spend a bit of time with Amadeus, and maybe you can debrief me and talk me down through the whole thing. And
you've seen it before.
Me that I've been here before, and I'm still alive and not in prison.
Is it inspiration?
I think it would be. Yeah.
That would be.
I get the first roll of the evening.
I'm also
yes,
quite good at that.
Inspiration. It is absolutely.
Or I think Amadeus can do it with medicine as well, can't he?
No, that's just physical.
Yeah.
No.
Unless he's got a talent. Okay.
Which talent?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue. There might be a talent.
Because actually, the talent that's currently on my sheet is not the right one.
No.
I have to work that out. But anyway, I'll just do the inspiration for now. So let's have a look. Ooh, no sixes.
Oh, you have less than
no
me.
Sixes. You continue to be stressed.
Surprisingly enough, I'm good at talking people
Alright.
down being a priest.
Yeah, but you're doing something else.
This is true.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Okay, so who's doing the research? Who's going to go over to Elaine? Elaine's
Elaine.
house.
I would
I'll
like
do
to go
some-
to Elaine's house.
I'll do research with John.
Okay, probably it's
Okay.
better for you too,
So
because my learning is 3 totally.
Oh, my learning is 0, but my logic is 5. So
Oh,
Yeah,
on
but-
learning and logic, I'm pretty good. So if anybody wants to do that sort of stuff, I've got 5 and 2.
Okay, you can both do the research.
all right. So is
and,
anyone going with Father Daniel when he heads over to Elaine's house?
John, you could be the acolyte.
Yeah. Okay, I will go with the Father
Okay.
Daniel.
Cool.
You need to get out of the armory.
Thank you, John. Yes.
All right. So
The good doctor and I are going to investigate.
John and Father Daniel are going to.
Elaine's.
Okay. Yep. Investigation. Atlanta, what are you doing, if anything?
I'm
Are you
shook
guys-
up.
Am I?
I think you're a little bit
Am I
lagging. I
getting?
don't know.
No, you seem okay to me.
I'm lagging. Yeah, I thought so.
I think
Okay,
he was
all right.
lagging.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. I think so too. Okay. So that being the case, okay. So investigation. We'll deal with that one quickly. So can I get? You go into the armory's very small set of books, which it's collected. Can I get a learning roll, please? I'm assuming, Frank, you're leading, and I'm assuming, Samuel, you're supporting,
Yes.
Come on.
aiding, whatever.
Aiding and abetting. So, boom. Oh, at least 1.
Ah,
Sorry, I didn't do
Which
the
is
bonus
all
die.
you
Oh,
need.
forgot. I have to
okay.
do 1 more d6. No.
But you got a success, so it's fine. Okay, so you can find references to monsters of the dream that seem to correlate. So this is some sort of creature of dreams that haunts the dreamlands, which is like, and this is probably a big revelation, actually, not so much the monster, but this comment, which is that there is this place people can go to, don't always go to when they sleep. Like, it's not every person goes to it in their dreams, but there is this sort of other place, this place of sort of magic and insight, and sometimes people go there accidentally, but there are rumors that people can go there deliberately, and this is this other place. And the inhabitant or the monster you saw, which you don't get any particular detail on other than they are creatures of nightmare, creatures of darkness, are found in this land.
In this dream world.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what?
All right.
From
Yep.
from the situation that was described by Atlanta and John, is there anything in the books that would refer to a body being taken up by either deliberately wanting to go into the dream world or being sucked into the dream world involuntarily?
They're not really, no.
Okay.
You don't find any information that sort of answers that question.
Okay.
There are stories, although there's a clear statement that what happens in that dreamland can impact on you in the real world. So that's possible. But that's what you find out. You don't find out anything else. There's not much else to be discovered. Okay, so Father Daniel and John are off to see the fantastic Mr. Locke. Okay, so Locke keeps rooms at the YMCA because he frequently travels in and out of Harlem. He speaks on tours, and he's quite a significant intellectual figure. So he stays at the YMCA.
Awesome, young man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So you can go there. You attend the, so there's basically a little sort of front office. There's a person there. Father. What do we owe the pleasure, sir?
I'm here to hopefully talk to one of the people staying here. Elaine, I believe, Mr. Elaine Locke is staying.
Oh my God! Wow. Yes. No, he is staying here. Of course.
Thank you.
Well, it gives you the room number and basically just wands you on your way. He doesn't, doesn't escort you or anything. He does mention though that Mr. Locke is frequently out at this time, so he may not be there. But perhaps you would like to sort of knock on his door and just
thank you. That would be most considerate. Thank you. And I'll head over towards his door and knock upon it.
Okay. There's no answer.
Do you want to commit a sin, Father?
That's a question.
Do you want to commit a sin? Just lay it out there. Just don't want to,
I will basically go up to the door, try the door handle. Is there a keyhole by the? Is it an old school door handle with a keyhole by it, or is it a Yale type lock?
I don't know what a Yale lock is, but we'll go with the keyhole.
Safety lock.
Safety lock.
Okay. No, it's got a keyhole.
Okay. Is there anybody around?
Not at this moment.
I'll pop the lock.
I believe you have a very good set of skills, Father.
I have a particular set of skills. I believe lock is stealth.
It is. Yep, go for it.
Yeah, I'll try to assist if.
That is bonus dice.
Yes.
Nice.
I pop the lock.
Okay. Okay, the door swings, Oh, look, it mustn't have been locked.
It mustn't have been locked.
It's locked. That's it. Yep. Wriggle, wriggle, wriggle. The door swings open. It's basically a single room event, like there's a shared bathroom, all of that sort of thing. So it's all in one room. So the bed and it's, kind of bed sit sort of scenario.
Yep.
The door swings open and lying on the bed is Elaine.
Oh my Lord.
John, go call Amadeus.
Yeah, I will.
And I will wait. Won't go into the room.
Yeah, I will run to cat. If would you have a phone in the armory? Yeah, I will go. I guess we can call use the.
Yeah, you can go to the
concierge.
Front desk.
Yeah.
You go to the front desk and you can ask to use the phone. You were with the father, and he grants you use to the phone. It's not a problem. You're actually, you're in a safe space here. You can just operate like a normal human being. All right, so
I'm calling the armory and hope somebody will answer.
Oh yeah. I assume that well, they were there doing research, so the phone is ringing. They can pick it up and.
Hello, doctor. We have some situation in the YMCA. If you can come.
Can you give me a bit more information so I can bring the right things?
Yeah, I will try to lower my voice. It seems that the body of Mr. Locke is lying on the bed. We don't know if he's dead or not. I just ran as soon as I saw his body.
Please try and find out before I get there, because you may need to render some aid.
Okay.
If he's on the cusp of being alive or dead, you know?
I don't know. I just ran directly.
I'll jump in the car and come across as quickly as I can.
Okay.
All right. So
bring your bag of wonders, doctor.
Okay, back to me. I have no medical training at all. I know nothing about medicine. So at the moment, I will start to pray.
You just walk in and start to pray.
Well, no, I'm not walking in. Because
right, you're standing at the door praying.
I'm standing at the door frame, and I will start to basically pray, because I don't want to go in, because I don't want to disturb anything.
Now, just remembering that you technically are an occultist.
Yes.
What talents do you have?
I've got medium and sixth sense and brave.
Right, so you got medium.
Yeah.
Okay, could you make an inspiration roll for me, please?
Okay.
Tap.
Yay.
I'm not looking at that. You got one success. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so you are praying. You're assumedly praying to your somewhat complicated set of religious
particular
figures.
sets of saints.
Yep. Okay. You feel their presence, or a presence has been in the room.
Right. Can I identify?
You also can.
Sorry.
Okay. You can see, or rather feel, that there's a that something has happened in the room recently. You can't tell what exactly. You do feel a distinct lack of Elaine.
So I feel like he's dead, or he's missing.
Absent.
Maybe, yeah. Missing might be a better word. Absent.
And I don't know about what they've been finding out. Okay, so I will wait for. I'm going to go in. Is his chest rising and falling?
Yes.
Oh. So I can see basically his mouth is open and he's breathing basically.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm gonna.
Maybe he's sharing the. If we, I don't know, if we sleep, we can go to the same realm as he is, and maybe try to help him. No,
possibly, but we don't know about the Dreamlands because they've been doing the. They were doing the investigation while we were coming here.
So because you've come right up to him and you're checking
sorry.
his breathing, And by this point, John, you've turned up as well. So the father's in the room doing the breathing check. You can see his eyes are doing the whole rapid eye movement thing. So they're moving rapidly under the eyelids.
John, I can't sense Elaine. He's not in his body. I don't know where he's gone. He's dreaming, but I don't know where he's gone. Again, talking very quietly to John so nobody else can overhear.
Yeah, I'll probably close
in walls sort of type thing.
Yeah, I'll probably close the door and
No. Leave the door open.
don't close the door. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't want to attract any people.
We don't. Yeah, he's not dead. So yeah, close the door.
Yeah, I'm closing the door and keeping my ear to the door to if the doctor arrived and Samuel arrived. Is Atlanta coming with them, or Atlanta is still at the army?
Atlanta and Sam, are they coming?
I will check with the GM. Did I have enough time before the doctor suggested I come with him to cure myself of my fears?
Yeah, just assume you're cured for now.
Cool.
Cured.
In which case, I'll come along. Hey, dead bodies in bedrooms. That's my thing.
And I'm coming along as well.
Wow.
All right, so everyone's piled into the vehicle. You've driven over. You all unbundle. The guy at the front door is like, "Oh my god, it's the doctor! What's going on?" And actually asks that question. Like as you storm in this crowd of people, he's not asking in a "Who are you people and what are you doing here?" sort of thing, because he knows Amadeus, who's a pillar of the community. But he does ask the question, doctor, is there something wrong?
What's his name?
Fred. There we go. Very
Fred.
big name.
Friends of ours have called us upstairs. There might be a case for my knowledge. I might be.
Oh my god!
There. I hope. I don't want to worry you yet. Give us a moment. We'll check it out.
But it was that young man who was with the father, who used the phone. Are you saying something might have happened to Elaine?
Possibly. I have just been asked to come over and have a look. So let me have a look, and then I'll tell you more. Don't worry about it.
No, not worried at all.
Good.
See you later.
I can read the presence that we're having. I can read the impact that we're having.
Yes.
In our mass on here, and also I've learned from previous experiences. I'm going to take a walk around the outside of the building, looking for any odd shit, or listening for any piping drums or any shit going on down side streets. Looking very carefully about whether people are falling asleep at whatever they're doing. All the weird shit we have seen before, I am looking for evidence of. Just taking a casual walk around the block.
I'm gonna. I know that I can't do anything up with the doctor, so I'm gonna join Atlanta and try to look around.
Okay.
It's just me going upstairs. Fred.
Apparently, they're like they've fallen away from you. It's like,
Fred's upset us.
I have good news. I'm not going to ask you to make any dice rolls when you do your search around the outside.
Cool. You mean we're going to find nothing? That's good. That is great news.
Yeah. So this is why I started with I have good news. Amadeus, you run into the room. Father Daniel.
No, I don't need to run.
No, sorry. You walk in a stately fashion into the room, looking very serious, carrying a very large black bag. Father Daniel and John are obviously at the bed, looking at this sleeping body. You can instantly tell it's someone who's asleep, like they're doing the rapid eye movement. Interestingly, and I won't get you to make a medicine roll because this is basically just knowledge you would have. They are not in a coma.
Right. So is that exactly how you found Elaine?
Yes, and his eyes haven't stopped moving.
I have read
The whole
something
time.
about this just now. There's actually
And
this.
also, he's not there.
He might be in the Dreamlands. I've read
What?
about it. The Dreamlands. Apparently,
Oh,
you may have heard of this before, Father. Some people can sort of project their being, their self, and their essence into this realm of dreams, and some do that by coincidence or accident, and some willingly to explore that place. I just read about it. But unfortunately, I don't think that said what to do with people like that, did it, Mr. GM?
Did not.
now
So how long has
have
this
I got?
person, our patient, not been seen around?
So normally he's not usually in his room at this time. The person at the desk said, but I'm guessing he's been like this since last night.
I'll check some vitals, temperature, things like that. Pulse.
He seems completely healthy and in deep sleep, but nothing you do wakes him up.
I'm not trying to wake him up.
Yeah, but like taking his pulse and checking his body, like, so, you know, things that would wake most normal people up. None of that has any impact on him.
Right. So where does that leave us, guys?
If he's gone to the Dreamlands,
Yes.
we have to find a way of going to get him.
I don't know how to get there myself. If that's what you're
Neither
trying to do.
Possibly some sort of.
You must know
ritual
something from your studies to call back people who are meditating and have lost themselves.
Has he still got the Orisha mask in his bag?
You check the bag. There is no Orisha mask in it.
Oh. It was a three-eyed, basically, and not dirty tide, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
While they're doing all this, I'm filling Atlanta in on the research that the doctor and I discovered.
Right. I will put my Orisha mask on.
Oh, you brought your own, did you?
Oh yeah, I've got me.
Okay, you throw your Orisha mask on.
Yep, and I'm going to use that to see if I can get any more information about where he is, what's going on. If I could link possibly myself, anybody else who wishes to come along. You know, if I get any sort of, like, you know, inklings of what to do.
Okay.
Before that, there might be a thin silver thread linking the dreamer to the body.
Astral travel D&D style. I like it. There's a memory from a deep and dark past.
I actually had it from entirely different source. But...
Samuel, having done our tour around the block, shall we now head upstairs to see whether this fella's dead or not?
Absolutely. So I've told you about this dream world and about the connection. We ask Fred the number of the room and we go up.
No, you've already told the number of the room.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we told
All right, so you guys go up just in time for Father Daniel, who's standing there in the middle of the room with this, you know, Orisha mask on his face. And look, Atlanta's seen the Orisha mask before, so there's nothing new for them. But Samuel, I'm pretty sure, is a little bit staggered.
I stagger back. I hold my heart. What the hell's going on, Father?
I put my hand on Samuel's shoulder and say, "It's fine. It's fine. If spiders start coming out your mouth, just open your mouth wide."
Let them come out. Let them flow. Now, the good news is, Father Daniel, that actually you already seem to have a very available connection to this other place, because you've been there very recently.
We all have we?
Well, all of you except for Amadeus, but we're going to hand wave that because otherwise Frank's participation in this module will be very short indeed. I turned up. Oh, I didn't go to that speech. Oh, bugger.
I'll just hold hands for the father.
Yeah, I'll just
obviously Amadeus's connection is with us.
Yeah,
exactly. No, exactly right.
Which drags him along.
Yeah. So because you have specifically said you're looking for a way to sort of go to the land, and you put on the Orisha mask, you feel this sort of this pulling sensation. You're standing in the middle of the room, and then you're all in this clearing, naked.
No, we're all there suddenly.
Not again.
Yes.
Almost as I'm finishing saying, if spiders come out of your mouth, just keep it open.
That's exactly right. You're literally you saying, if spiders come out of your mouth, it'll be fine. And the next moment, you're in this clearing and you're all naked and you have no equipment.
I will
no weapons.
Tell Samuel, this is new.
Okay.
Can we look for anything? Is there any?
This is the
What, like fig leaves?
I'll be slightly taken aback by this development as well, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are we?
By the way, you're still wearing, actually, sorry, you have no equipment, no clothing, except Father Daniel, who's still got an Orisha mask on his face. So there's a naked man now standing there with an Orisha mask. Everyone else is just naked. I should.
And did you say we're in a woods?
Yes, you're in the same clearing you were in, where you had the. Well, I mean, you assert it looks the same.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream, for God's sake.
We're just naked this time.
You're just very naked, yeah.
Right. Well, if it's a woods, there are going to be fallen sticks. Right?
True. Yep. So you're going to go searching for
And while keeping the others in view, I ain't going to go wandering off into the woods on my own.
Okay.
I'm not that stupid.
I understand completely. It's very reasonable to.
I'm going to be doing a vigilance roll and focusing in all the way around as far as I can look to see if there's any movement of anything like that tentacle-y, worm-like apparition or creature that we saw before.
Okay. So you're searching around looking for weird things. Okay, so in the sort of it's this kind of half light. There's this kind of dappling of the light. You hear rustling in the trees, and you can see moving through the trees since you went looking. These kind of, maybe they're like monkeys. These furred things moving through the trees, and you see one of the furred things kind of scampering down the sort of the trunk of this tree and coming towards you, but it's not anywhere near as big as the slug thing that you saw previously.
While they're doing that, can I focus my mind to see if I can clothe myself in Orisha clothes, robes?
Make an inspiration roll.
Do I get a bonus for my mask? Just asking. I don't know if I do.
No.
That's fine. Nope. No successes.
No successes.
No success.
No, it appears not.
Yep.
So you like, and then you open your eyes, and nope, still naked.
Oh well. Worth a try.
Can I just say, team, I
Okay,
say, have I found a stick?
yeah.
Okay, as I come back into the clearing,
You found
with
a
the
stick. What a club.
Can I just say to everybody, let's all look at each other in the eye, okay? Can we all agree that?
Yeah.
What are you doing
What?
with that stick?
Well,
I feel a bit secure with
This
a
is
stick in
something
my
we should
hand.
all do. You must have been here before, from what you told me.
I don't know. It was very different circumstances before, but
This is very strange.
I've often had to use a stick or a knife or a gun when we've been dealing with this sort of shit, and I don't see why this would be any different.
Good plan. Have I still got my cane on me? Probably not.
No, you've got
Okay.
nothing on you.
And because I normally walk with a cane,
No.
I'll probably look for a stick as well. Then
No.
These
yeah.
are the
So I
monkey
think
creatures.
All right. So
Oh, no.
suddenly,
Monkey creatures.
Forest. Oh,
so
technically
yes,
don't look ominous
thi-
at all,
this-
and they're showing on a finger.
yeah. Well, this one isn't, but the photo was useful. So you so this thing comes down the trunk, and it's kind of got long tentacles, kind of like the slug thing that you saw, but they're shorter. But it's furred, and it's got these ears, and it looks at you, and then greetings.
hello.
Can I get you all to make a fear roll, please?
Oh,
Just
sorry.
one.
I have my stick. I feel confident with my stick.
and I get
What
two
is my
bonus then.
fear roll?
Yay.
Okay, 2 successes so far. It's
Um,
only fear 1, so if you make the success, you're fine.
John,
Oh,
Yeah, I failed.
Okay, take a condition, please.
who is that?
that was John, I think.
John failed.
I have succeeded.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah,
Sam's
I'm
just
fighting.
restarting his foundry. He hasn't rolled yet.
Yep.
You should have got a
I've
stick,
added
John.
him back in.
Just
Yeah.
1 second. I'll be there in a sec. I can.
All right. Anyway. Hello.
It speaks.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
We're here looking for Elaine.
A lost traveler.
Our friend.
Okay. But why are you here?
I look at the father.
We journeyed here.
You come down steps. Go past
No,
Guardian.
no. We just, a moment ago, I had all my clothes on and I was in Harlem in New York. And then before I finished my sentence, here I was naked. And I think that's the same experience for all of us.
What Guardian?
The Guardian. You must go past Guardian to enter the lands, the place, this place. Did you go past this Guardian?
Does the Guardian look like you?
Did you go? No. Did you also? So you did not go past Guardian. Steps. You went down many steps, though. You come into this land through steps.
I shake my head. No.
Okay. Weird.
Yes.
Thinks about
right.
itself for a moment and thinks, weird. Why are you here?
To find our friend. Why are you here? What is your job? What do you do here in the woods?
We are owners of wood.
Owners. You
Yes.
look after the wood.
No, we own wood. We are masters of wood.
Masters of the wood.
Yes.
See, I have picked up this stick, and the good doctor has one too. Are we allowed to keep them? Thank you.
Looks at you, looks at the stick.
Keep off the stick.
No, you're not allowed to keep stick.
You said yes.
No. I made no decision. Not allowed to keep stick.
Can be borrowed while we are here.
No. Stick
You're an
back.
old man.
Not take stick.
I put the stick down.
Master of the wood, do you have a name which the others call you?
Looks at, thinks, gazes around for a second. Lord. You may call me Lord.
Lord, have other visitors been here like us?
Yes, many times they pass through my wood on their way to other places.
Ah.
Have you seen a man like us come through here recently?
Many times.
Oh,
See many men come through here.
Is there a place that we can go that you can show us, Lord?
Yes, but it will cost you.
But what will it cost?
I can give you the stick.
It is already stick of mine. I am Lord of Forest.
I dropped my stick.
All you need to do is do finger and point outwards like this. Hold finger like this.
And you're saying that while I'm looking at that picture, Thomas.
You don't bite my.
I need all my fingers because in the waking world, I'm putting 2 and 2 here because the others are talking about the dreamland, so I'm assuming I'm in the dreamlands. In the waking world, I play. I make music, and I make music with my fingers and with my lips.
Well, I didn't say what I would do with finger if you stick it out, but I'm also okay with toes.
I'm
You have lots of
intuiting.
them. You have lots of toes. Look, I can count them. 1, 7, 15.
Are there any tracks, any established paths?
By the
or
way,
something?
does anyone, and granted with disadvantage, this will be at a negative. I get someone to make I think it's observation. Yeah, it's observation.
I have
Observation.
I have 5 in observation.
I've got 6.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
With a minus.
Observation is a thing
1.
I can do quite well.
Okay.
Let us. Oh well, you observe. Can I help observe?
Is this like an occulty observation-y type thing?
Nah, I think this is a we're being plagued by this monkey creature
Lord.
that isn't a lord at all. I think this is a.
Oh, this is completely out of bunkum. But all right. So what's the negative on the Roll.
-2.
If I assist you, then plus minus 0, right? Because Ainsworth is also assisting.
Who's doing the observing here of the three
I
of
have
us?
6 dice in it.
You have 6
Normally.
dice. So if we both say, do you think he's telling the truth or whatever? Do you think he's really a lord? Then yeah, you can roll without well, let's check with the GM. If we both help, can we wipe out
Yes,
that minus
you
2?
can. You wipe out the negative. Yep, you can.
What are the other monkeys doing? Yeah, there you go.
2 successes.
Well done.
Easily. Yeah, this guy. You don't know very much about, the sort of. It's hard to read them, but you're looking at this thing. It's about, 2 to what would it be? About sort of a meter long, maybe at a push, maybe smaller, like 60 odd centimeters, so 2 feet, give or take. But it is clearly lying through its teeth. It doesn't seem to have. You just don't believe it, like it's trying it on.
I bend down and pick up the stick.
No, you not to take stick, I lord of forest.
I'm going to try a manipulation on him. I'm going to say, I don't think you are the Lord of the Forest. I think you're scared of the Lord of the Forest. But we can help you if you are scared. And we can help your friends hereabouts too.
Okay, make a manipulation roll. Once again at -2 dice with the
-2. Okay. That's 7 minus. Oh, I've still got condition. Oh, I haven't taken my.
You can untick it. That's fine.
Let me just do that again. Hold on. Manipulation. Where do? Oh, -2 on bonus.
Yeah.
And roll.
And you got a success.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay.
Well done.
So it looks at you and goes, you have better deal.
Yes.
You help. You clearly are big and strong, and you have sticks, which I grant you now use of. I will allow you to have sticks. Matter of fact, all of you get sticks. There are tasty things that sometimes come into forest.
Tasty beings. Do they look like us?
No.
No.
They have proper covering.
They're fat.
Points at itself. No. A proper covering.
They're furred like you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And you help us catch furred things, and you beat them with stick, and then we eat them.
That may be a thing we can do, but in return,
Yes.
we want your help finding our friend.
Okay. Now, problem is, no one has seen tasty things for time, so may take a little while.
How do you measure time here? Do you have days?
Yes, of course, we have days.
How many days have you not seen tasty beings?
Oh, 2 weeks.
In the search for our friend,
although tasty beings were here, that is not true. Tasty beings were here a little while ago. You saw them. Yes, they came when you were all in this clearing.
And we were trapped. You were watching us as we were watching that creature kill one of our friends.
You didn't help us.
Ah,
No. We had no deal with them then. I'm sure they would have helped us then.
So the tasty
if they knew
being.
who we
No.
were.
moon beasts. Moon beasts very big
that-
and powerful.
The moon beast.
Yes.
Does the moon beast come with the moon every 28 days?
No.
No.
They live on moon.
They live on the moon. Right. Yes.
Yes.
And they come down to the
And-
moon from the
and
moon to
then-
feast.
Tasty things come
Mm-hmm.
and drive off moon thing. But now you help us hunt tasty things because they're very dangerous.
But if they drive off the moon beast, surely the moon beast is the most dangerous.
Well, but they kill moon beast. So no. Moon beast run away.
But the moon beast killed our friend.
Yeah,
You saw when we were there.
Your weak, sluggy things, not proper teeth. Points at its own teeth, which are nice and
Those teeth
spiky.
are very good teeth. I compliment him on his teeth.
Good dungeon
Yes,
to
so
hunting
no.
there.
I bend down and I grab a stick, and I say to him, "Hey, Lordy thing, where?
Yes.
Which direction was the moon? Was this? Where are they? Show me the last time where they were."
The tasty things.
Let us
tasty
not
things,
be
the tasty
distracted
things.
from our
Where are
mission,
they?
Samuel. In the last
Ah.
day, a friend of ours came here.
Sure.
Yes?
And
I
stayed.
want to find that friend first before we beat any tasty things for you.
Okay. Good.
So take
All right.
us
So
to where
at
he
this
went.
point, while he's about to answer, you hear a rustling coming through the tree line. Not through the tree line. Sorry, through the underbrush.
Hmm.
Mm.
And a
Can I
voice.
do
Hello. Is there anyone there? I can hear voices.
Hello, over here, this direction.
Do we recognize
Okay.
the voice?
Do I recognise the voice?
You do not recognize the voice.
Okay.
Although it is like it's got a timbre that is clearly African American.
Okay.
And coming out of the forest is a man dressed in fantasy clothing,
Right.
wearing sort of medieval sort of pants or something, some sort of tunic over the top, a nice hat, and he's got a big sword in one hand, like a cutlass, like a. He looks at you all, and the thing he goes, Gondab Zogs, and races at the thing that's been talking to you, and the thing goes, and then zips back up the trees. Greetings. I take it you're from, looking at all of you naked, New Dreamers.
Yes.
Technically.
Oh,
Greetings.
nice clothes that you have.
Thank you. Yes, sorry. You'll probably need to get some clothes.
Can you help us with that?
Can we
I'm
imagine
assuming
that?
you're not particularly experienced.
Not yet. No.
But first time here.
Well,
Well, officially second time here, but
yes,
the first time we
perhaps-
were incapable.
Yeah, look, there are some places just outside of the woods that have been abandoned, which will have clothing in them. But but perhaps it would be best if we introduce ourselves first. It's been some time since I've met other people from.
How
Is
how
that
long
order
have you
the
been here?
next-
Jackson.
What?
Jackson Locke.
My name is Jackson Elias.
Jackson Elias.
Oh,
so you were
Jackson Alliance.
you are friends
Sorry,
with Elaine Locke.
Yeah, Jackson Elias. Yes.
You're friends of Elaine Locke.
Yes, I am friends with Elaine Locke. Yes, how do you know? Are you from Harlem?
We are.
Yes, we were standing by his body, his dreaming body, before we came here.
Before
to
we
help.
found ourselves here.
Yes.
I
Well, I sort of brought us here, I believe.
I
But I didn't really understand what I was doing.
I look at Jackson and I point over at Father's mask and I say, you gave a mask to Elaine.
Oh, the Dreamland, the Dreaming Mask.
Yes.
Yes.
Dreaming mask.
Yes, that's right. I sent it to him for safekeeping.
Is he here?
We're trying to find him
I don't know.
because he's not in his body.
Oh my God.
That's why we came.
Yep.
And the mask is missing.
Yeah,
the mask
and
is gone.
Oh my God.
and we yesterday we witnessed somebody getting killed by this sluggy creature,
Beast.
the moon beast. They say.
Yes. A moon beast came and killed a number of people, and a number of other people are missing. Some are bodily missing.
And it's worth saying that it was all of those who came to see Mr. Locke speak the night before, who had this dream, who shared this dream and shared the consciousness of it.
I forget Mrs.
And we all
Thwaites.
witnessed it.
Sorry.
And the Thwaites, yes.
Sorry, Atlanta, but Jackson, Mrs. Thwaite, who's been such a supporter, her nightgown was left. She's missing. She's gone.
Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, one of the thing. Gone.
Vanished.
Just her
And her
nightgown
husband
was
is
remaining.
dead.
Her husband was
Isn't it?
killed by the moon beast in the dream. Here, there. I'll point to where he was killed. Before it fled.
His neck was broken.
There's oh my God. Okay. Well, I've been traveling here for a little while now, ever since I acquired the mask in Africa. But I've always used them. Well, I had used the mask to come here. But it's all changed recently. So, we've now got people just sort of traveling here, which they shouldn't be able to do.
Yes, we didn't pass through the.
We didn't come down the steps
Guardian.
or
We
past
didn't come down the steps. Yeah.
So what has changed?
Well, I don't know exactly, but Uther, which is the city just outside of the wood, has recently been taken over by dark forces that serve I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this. They worship this giant spider being.
Yeah,
No.
Anansi.
Oh, Anansi.
Is it?
No. They worship some giant spider demon thing.
Some sort of
Doesn't-
corrupted spider.
Yeah, it's trying to. Yes, so it is. So maybe that's been the change. And I know they've been hunting for for things in the real world because the moon beasts are part of what took it over.
Jackson, you're dressed very, very particularly. How did you obtain such wear?
Well, I've been here for several months now.
And such weaponry.
Well, yes. Why did you?
Yeah, well, the weapons. Well, I'm an explorer, of course. Once I realized I was here, I went exploring.
So, how do you travel? Do you travel here bodily?
Oh no! I'm just here in spirit. My body is no doubt sleeping somewhere.
Okay. And you've been here for months.
Yes.
Have you returned to your body?
No. I've been here the whole time.
Do you know your body is safe?
What date did you travel here?
What date did you travel here? Good Lord.
It's just after New Year's, right?
He gives a date. Yeah, he gives a date, which is actually what date is this meant to be?
As he's thinking this over, I kind of whisper to whoever's next to me. I say, perhaps dreaming isn't the same time as being awake. Is that possible?
I think time might pass.
He gives a date which is more than 2 years ago.
Oh God.
Oh, right. Okay. I say that was 2 years ago.
Well, that makes no sense.
More
I've
than 2 years.
clearly only been here for several months.
And I'll tell him the date, today's date.
Right. Are you sure? He looks at you again.
There are 5 of us who agree on the date and 1 who does not.
Well, it's just that it makes no sense because, I mean, I would have obviously had to have gone back to my body if it was really that much distance. I mean, like, you can't sleep safely for years. You die.
You said yourself you've been here months.
Oh, yes, but this is in the dreamland. Time travels differently here.
So where is your body? Where is your body at the moment? Are you in Africa? Are you in Harlem?
I am obviously meant to know the answer to that question because I'm obviously meant to know what happens in the Masks of Nyarlathotep, which I don't. But I'll assert that he's in Africa.
Okay.
Because I suspect this is tying directly into the Masks campaign.
Can you return
background
whenever you want to your body? I mean.
Well, the way is yes, but I mean, I've just been here having a great time.
Okay. Do you know of a way of being able to track somebody down in here?
Well, I will track down people. Well, you just go and ask.
Who?
Well, the denizens. You were talking to a Zog.
A what?
A Zog. The thing you were talking
Zog?
to, the monkey thing.
Master of the Lord of the Forest.
Yeah. Don't believe them. They're all liars.
Yeah.
Also, they eat people. So just to know.
We had that premonition.
Jackson, why did you give the mask to Elaine? Like, what was the purpose? There must have been a reason.
There were these there were cultists chasing me to try and get their hands on the mask. Because the mask is somehow very important to this spire thing. It has something to do with with its inability to complete what it does.
So do you believe that the mask that's not with Elaine's body at the moment has been taken by the cultists, found by the cultists?
Well, maybe, possibly. Yes, I don't know.
Could they have dragged it into the Dreamlands as well as him?
He's looking at you, who is not. Yes, he's looking at you, who's currently wearing an Orisha mask, the only piece of clothing in all of the group, and goes, well, until about an hour ago, I would have said no. But, you know, I have a different understanding right now.
Yes, my mask travelled with me.
Now, compatriots, I wonder whether Pops, when he was talking about people from the south invading the north, is the south and north he's talking about here in the Dreamlands as much as it is in the real world? Is this where our confusing mission lies? Is that weird spider demon in this dream city of which Jackson speaks
And
the thing that we are meant to be defeating?
And as Atlantis says that, Samuel puts his hand to his face and he looks up and he looks around and he uses his talent of elementary. Once per session, you can ask the game master to explain how clues are connected. Mr. GM,
Oh, very nice.
would you
Mr.
please?
GM.
Would you please?
Okay, so
help us?
Anansi, in his very complicated story, told you that the following key points: a group of beings were facing down some monstrous opponent. So they travelled to the north, and what Father Daniel can fill in for you is Anansi's not actually an Orisha.
No.
Anansi actually comes from the northern parts, more northerly areas of Africa. The Orishas come from a more southerly part of Africa. So, and Anansi, and there was a specific reference to Anansi, well, to the being they were consulting with for assistance being like the thing that they were facing off, but not the same. So they were looking at specific. So
like a spider, but not Anansi, are we saying?
But not Anansi. So they were facing off against a monster of some description, and they went and consulted with someone who lived to the north of them for advice on how they could deal with this monster. And that being was similar, but not the same as the monster they were facing off against. So Anansi is the monster, is the being they consulted, who then talked to them about crafting a solution to the problem of it binding this world together and sundering the world into these two separate things. It created this gap that could not be closed, that could not be brought together. And so, but to do that, they had to craft something to sunder that world and to hold that place separate, being the mask. So
being
you have
the other Orisha mask, the mask of the dream.
Yes, the mask of the dreaming. So what you are actually standing in is the space that has been separated, right? So the only way to get to the Dreamlands up until very recently was you had to go through all of these very difficult steps. You had to, sort of literally cross 700 steps, and you had to go past the Guardian, and you had to have all the right skills, and you had to do all these things to get entryway into the Dreamlands. That is collapsing.
Oh.
So, because you are now appearing in the forest without having to go through all those steps. You can just go there. So with the right skills. And yes, the mask is clearly important. So Anansi's story was all about the creation of the mask and the sundering of the world into these two places, the world of the dreams and the world of the waking.
Right.
There you go. I could have, there you go.
No, you couldn't.
So,
Because he had elementary, so you had to tell us all.
So Samuel,
That's right.
Samuel just starts pontificating all these things and adding them all together, and then says, "What do you think?"
That's right.
You
It
might be onto
raises a
something.
question. So my question to you, Samuel, is this: are we in the right place? Does Anansi want us here to defeat the thing that is like him, but it's not him? Or does he want us back in the world of the living, finding the thing that separates those two worlds, which has now, we know, gone missing?
No,
I turn to the father.
the mask of dreaming is in the dreamlands. We need to get it and get it out, basically.
You're pretty sure that's correct. That is.
But how
that
can
is
we locate it?
100%.
Yeah.
So we need to find the mask, and I think the mask will be with
Elaine.
Elaine.
will be with Elaine.
Is there a
Can-
connection between your mask, father, and Elaine's mask? Can you sense where the mask may be?
I don't think so. My mask, I don't know. Is the answer to that question? I could attempt to. Could I attempt to use Sixth Sense with my Orisha mask to see if I can find out a rough direction, like almost like a dowsing rod, as I sort of slowly spin round in a
By all means,
360
make a. I don't want to overuse the skill.
Can you use observation, manipulation, or
but
inspiration?
I'm probably going to go with inspiration.
I've got three. I've got 2 dice in all of those skills, all the empathy skills. Anyway, do I get my Orisha mask bonus on it, or does that just enable me to do it?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
No,
Which
go for
one?
it. Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Oh,
Oh,
2 successes.
Yes.
Nice.
All right. So you do the whole sort of, you're concentrating on the mask, you're concentrating on the dreaming mask, which you've actually seen. I don't think you handled it, but you did see it. And you can't sense it, as in you can't sense its direction, but you are absolutely certain it is in the Dreamlands.
Okay. I can't sense it,
So-
but it is in the Dreamlands. We need to find it.
As in you can't get a direction, but you know that it is
Yeah.
in the Dreamlands. And the other thing is, you are both, you can feel the Orisha more closely than you've ever felt them before.
Oh,
So
right. Okay, I'm definitely enjoying that.
yeah, so the Orisha are somehow present in the dreamland, but this is the weird thing. So when you're in the waking world, you can call upon the Orisha, and every now and then they actually grant you inspirations. It's like they're closer, but they are also somehow not able or not empowered here. So there's a weirdness to that experience. All right, so that's what you find out.
I turn to Jackson, and then I look over at the doctor, and I say, "My rheumatoid arthritis is starting to act up. I think it's it's being naked. Where are these clothes?"
How long a distance is it to where we can find these clothes and maybe other
good idea.
things to help us?
He's lagging.
No, he's thinking. That's a sinking face.
He hasn't moved. I think
He's
crashed.
thinking very deeply. He's gone to the dreamland.
Oh
There
no,
he is.
he's back. Oh,
There,
he's not. Yeah,
you're
yeah.
nodding.
Oh,
Yes.
You can.
The
I'm
rapid
back.
eye movement has stopped.
All right, I'm
No.
just going to stop my cam.
Oh,
we can hear you, but your camera's gone.
okay.
No. I've killed my cam
You
to
dropped it.
reduce the. Yeah, that's fine. I've turned it off. To minimize the bandwidth. All right, so. Sorry. I was too busy.
So
concentrating on other
we
things.
asked
So-
Jackson how far away the clothes were, or where we could find. The
Oh,
clothes.
that's right. So the clothes are, well, he basically just takes you through, and on the out, it takes you through the wood, and there's a bunch of farmhouses. He says since the moon beast took over Uthar and drove out the cats.
Oh yeah, the
Cat.
cats.
Well, we heard a cat in our dream last night. It really helped us turn over
That's
the
the
moon
small
beast.
furry things that the lying tentacle thing likes.
The Zogs.
The
The
Zog.
Zogs like
Yes.
to eat.
Correct. Yes, they do like to eat them, but the cats are like, in this realm, they're kind of like protectors and powerful warriors. Also, you can talk to them. They're quite fascinating to talk to.
Cats are awesome.
So I will say
Yeah, so he
to
takes
anybody
you
that will
to
listen,
some houses.
particularly to
Yeah.
Samuel and Frank as we walk, do you suppose that Mrs. Thrift is a cat? Is it Thrift? What's her
Wait.
surname?
Wait.
Thwaite.
Wait.
I think Mrs. Thwaite is bodily here.
Mm.
But here as a woman or as a cat?
Why would she appear as a cat?
I don't know. There was something I felt in the apartment that made me think she might have been a cat. The fact that her clothes were in the bed, but her body had moved. I wonder whether she'd transformed out of them.
Oh my
Maybe.
gosh. Fred is going to come upstairs and all of our clothes are going to be on the ground.
I don't know whether that's the case. I think our bodies will be up there, not just our clothes.
But then
We'll
we're all going to
asleep.
be we're all going to be asleep. We're
all going to be asleep. I
We're
think
gonna
that's
wake
the
up in the
worst that Fred's
morgue.
going to see.
No, we're asleep. We're sleeping.
well, Fred's going to come upstairs.
He'll have a bit
I'm
of a
not
fright.
sure he is. I think he was quite happy by his desk, imagining that everything was fine.
It's fine.
I think there's no chance of him wanting to come up the stairs and find that anything is not fine.
All right.
Seeing
Well,
as the
this
door's
is
open.
overwhelming
Yeah.
and I'm cold. So I
Just
need
remember,
something
it
to put
could
on.
be worse.
So
Samuel.
let's go into the
Spiders coming out of your
farmhouses
mouth.
and get some clothes.
Of course.
Yeah.
A question: can this creature traverse into our world?
What, the moon,
Moon beast.
The moon beast.
Does it need to when it can kill in dreams? We all dream.
I've not fought one in the world.
Maybe
So
someone
he
can.
takes you to basically a set of farmhouses, and there are clothes there.
Mhm.
The houses
Okay.
have been abandoned. You can search them. They seem to have equipment, and you all are now clothed.
Cool.
Is it
Find a stealth stick.
fantasy clothes or anything in particular? Is it farm clothes?
Absolutely.
Or...
So
Any,
we're wearing a nice pair of brazen
glowing
hose
variety.
then.
Ooh.
That's
Wearing
right. You know,
tights.
I carry my horn around me all the time.
Mm.
No smutty thoughts, everybody. I carry my horn.
Now I'm
Um,
thinking naughty thoughts. As you mentioned.
So I'm kind of is there in this medieval setting or whatever, is there I don't know crumb horn or something like that I could get my lips around. Again, no smutty thoughts. This is just the way I talk.
Sure, you do so.
Don't blow so hard.
You get a crump horn. You can also find a recorder, and possibly even a mandolin at a bush.
Cool.
Oh, mandolin.
Cool. I'll take the mandolin if I can.
Sure. Now you're just showing off, Frank.
Got a few over there.
Is magically one going to appear in this feed, Frank?
Hang on.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He's breaking down the barriers between the dream world and the waking world.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That does sound good. There you go.
Atlanta's going to bring out his.
Luckily, I'm
Oh
not
my
going to bring out
gosh,
my horn.
we've got the music session now.
There's a sudden. Wow, 2 mandolins just lying.
I think
around.
I have bongos somewhere.
I've got a bongo there.
Yeah.
Right, if we're going to bring out our instruments,
Oh, nothing smutty.
No, Frank, no. Just no. All right. So yes, you find clothing, you find musical instruments.
Do I find a rifle?
No, there are no rifles.
How about a shotgun
But
that I can stick down my pants?
You can no shotguns, no firearms of any sort.
Anything
you
sharp
can
and
find
pointy?
knives. Yeah, you can find knives.
Bow and arrow?
So you can all equip yourselves with a knife. You can find a bow and arrow. How much time has Samuel spent on the archery range as opposed to the firing range?
Oh, not
Just
at
asking.
all. Not at all.
How hard
just
can it
want to
be?
stop.
He's
It's
just
a
happy
stick.
that he's got something
It's just a
ranged.
stick. I'm doing all these hand movements and none of you can see them. now,
No,
which is- all right. So yes, you find arrows and bows. You find stabby objects of various flavors, mostly knives. You've got clothes on. Elias, so Jackson. Look, perhaps. I mean, it's going to be a little bit dangerous, but I think that based on what you've said, the most likely place that the mask is somewhere in the city.
Yeah, I
we must
thought
head
as
there. Definitely.
So we might need to go there.
I agree.
To the galley.
Are we actually where the farmland is at the moment?
Yeah, so
We
see the
started off
enchanted
in the
wood.
enchanted wood. Gotcha.
Yeah. And you've now come down past the river Sky into the farmlands. So you can see the city sort of in front of you, sort of sprawling out. Note that it's not walled. And the river flows through it and comes out the other side.
Is this map as described to us by Jackson Elias?
Yes.
So he mentions the mask
I am
shop.
showing you something. There's no way for me to have hidden it, so I didn't hide it. But yeah.
Does he
That's
mention the
right.
mask
You'll find
shop?
out about it eventually.
Right. As we
No,
approach the
he
city,
doesn't
I'm
know
asking,
about it.
does he mention the mask shop?
But as you approach the city and travel down it, Okay,
As
so
we're walking,
you're
by the
coming
way,
down
I'm practicing
along
with the
the river.
crumb horn. I refuse to sound like an idiot when I play this thing.
Okay, all right. So you're practicing with the crumb horn. You're walking along the river when stumbling, moving in a lost fashion. There's you see a tall Caucasian figure moving towards you. They're wearing sort of rags and torn bed sheet or similar sort of thing, and they have this shock of white hair. And as
Male or
they approach
female?
you, as they approach you, you can make out that they're female. And for those of you who were in the
Meeting.
meeting, it's Catherine Thwaite.
Catherine Thwaite.
Thwaite.
Right.
Mrs. Thwaite, we've been looking for you.
She is stumbling past. She's just walking on, and when you say that, you realise that she is eyeless.
She's what? Eyeless.
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 Blind. She has no eyes.
So
They've
is
been
it
torn
just
out though? This isn't sort of a pretty kind of thing. She's got these two gaping holes in her head where her eyes were, and she's sort of stumbling along.
Doctor?
Yes.
I don't think the doctor can cure her.
No, but possibly bandage and some sort of. Well, you've got no tools.
I have a few rags I might have picked up in the farmhouse, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Mrs.
Can
Thwaite.
I get everyone to make a fear roll, please?
I knew you were going to make us do
I
that.
knew that. I knew that.
Yeah.
It's only a one. It's only a one.
Yeah, I'm already frightened, so yeah, not a good situation I am in.
Oh, so am I. That obviously freaked me out.
I only have 2 dice. Yeah, I took another fear. I am angry now. I'm frightened and angry.
I am freaked out as well by this.
Now, are you doing fear according to Vasan, or are you doing fear with?
No, it's according to Basin. Yeah.
Okay. Because
So because it's one and we've failed, we take one condition.
Condition.
Yeah, I have 2 now.
How's well, tell you what, let's sort Mrs. Thwaite out first. But I've got an instrument. I can try an inspiration roll, given that I've been practicing.
Yes. So you are all yeah. So all right. So what do you want to do? So she's there. She's stumbling towards you. She's kind of making a low moaning noise. When you say her name, she doesn't respond.
I'm touching her, and I'm trying to say to her calmly, Mrs. Thwaite, can you hear me?
Okay, so noting that and that and that. Oh yeah, wow. All right, so do you want to make I actually think it's going to be... It's really, yeah, it is an inspiration roll. I don't think this, yeah, unfortunately, yes. Okay. Make an inspiration roll for me, Atlanta.
I'll be assisting.
Right, so I'm -1, but I get +1 for you. And
Nice.
Wow.
That'll do.
3 successes. All right, no issues at all.
Coriolis crit
will do. All right, so you're able to rouse her. Yeah, critics. Oh, did you mention crits and Coriolis? Anyway, too soon.
Too soon.
Well, we're near the farmland.
So it's true. So she sort of snaps out when she hears your voice, sort of talking to her and trying to calm her down. Is that someone who? Am I back in the real world?
No, you're dreaming still, Mrs. Thwaite. You're dreaming still.
But
But,
we
but
already.
calm down. Let us treat
Are you here too? Then from
I am in
are
the
you from
dream
the real
too.
world as well?
From
Yes.
the real world.
Oh,
There's
thank God.
and I introduce everybody. Father, sorry, I've forgotten everybody's name. Father Daniel, Samuel, John Amsworth. We came to your excellent to the brilliant talk by Mr. Locke, and then we all shared a dream where it seemed your husband was killed. Do you remember that dream?
I do, and Bob. That's when. That's when he died. But then I was here, and
Yeah. How did
and these things they grabbed me and took me to this great temple.
these
And there was
things
this-
were they
there was
white and furred when you could see them before they took your sight?
No, they were the thing
Slug
that
things.
killed my husband. They were the
Ah.
same, these creatures, and then they took me into the temple, and there was this great beast in robes, and it demanded that I give it this mask, and I said I didn't know what it was talking about, and then oh my God, and then it reached into my face, and that's the last thing I saw.
I calm her down. I hug her and let
you
her
can
cry.
see bloody tears running down her face.
Yeah. I'll look her over medically if that
It
helps.
was horrible, and there was. Yeah, she's definitely missing both eyes. There is nothing you can do except perhaps, I mean, if you had your medicine bag, you could at least apply, I mean, this is pre-antibiotics, so you'd apply laudanum, you'd apply, some sort of padding or, around the eyes, but you don't have any of that. And you're as a doctor, you're pretty sure tearing off pieces of cloth from your clothing and sticking them on her open wounds will actually not be a good thing to do.
Even in the dreamland?
Even in the dreamland.
Maybe we
definitely
can
know
just
not in the dreamlands because it affects the real world.
maybe we can cover her eye socket with some rag or something.
Yeah, I just wonder whether you can dream yourself to have better equipment. If that makes sense.
Well, can you make an inspiration roll for me, please, Frank?
I can try. Yeah, I'm slightly inspired.
One success?
Hmm.
No. But you can feel something at the edge there. But you can actually feel something. Like you can, when you
Something
concentrate
tugging.
really hard, you can feel there's something there, but it's more than you were able to achieve with that roll as a hint.
All right, I'll store that away.
So she starts sobbing into your shoulder, Atlanta. She's clearly fundamentally, sort of broken. But she starts babbling on as she's leaning on your shoulder. There was this, and it kept on talking. It just kept on gloating about how one day soon it would walk on the streets of my land. That it would be there, and also it said that the traitors were held in behind its throne, that its throne rested upon the traitors.
Its throne rested upon the traders
Traitors.
or traitors.
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 Traitors. Very different things.
I fear,
But
Mrs. We must go to the temple, and I don't want to take you back there. I asked Jackson Elias, Jackson, does here in the Dreamlands do we need to eat?
Yes. Well, I've eaten much here.
If Mrs. Thwaite waits for us here until we return, is she safe? Is what I'm asking. And
Why don't I take her back to the farmhouses, which is at least some cover? I'll take her back there, and I'll meet you back here, or meet you back further. I'll meet you at a particular place.
Jackson doesn't think splitting up and going by yourself alone is a good idea. There are moon beasts.
Oh, okay.
Jackson, are there people who can take care of her here?
Or in the city?
Well, we could take her to the tavern.
Okay.
Let us do that.
Yes.
What's his name? Delphine. Delphine has been here for a very long time and has, offered assistance to many who find their way here by accident or by fate.
So, sorry to just break the act. It's 10 o'clock. Are you?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah. No. I'm happy to kind of close it off in a few minutes.
Cool.
So basically, you head towards the city. As you move towards the city, Catherine suddenly she's sort of in and out of lucidity. She's obviously been deeply scarred by her experiences. In one of her moments of less lucidity, not more, one of her drifting moments, she looks at Jackson and goes,
Well, does she
and
look?
Yeah, she stares at him like she's looking at him with eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, when the world is sealed, you will have no place in either.
Is the spider demon looking through her eyes in some weird possessive sort of way? Does her demeanor change? Is she possessed when she says that?
Her demeanor definitely changes. She sort of looks, for want of better language, very sort of out of it. Like she's distant from all of you. So when she's lucid, she's actually suffering. She's in all this mental anguish. Yeah. So she's all sort of, crying and teary. But during these moments of less lucidity, she sort of drifts away into this sort of, third-person view of the universe. And yeah, so that's kind of what you pick up on, is that's the difference. And then she stares straight at Jackson and makes this comment. You can't see any specific signs of the spider demon. Like, I don't know what that would. So you don't see lots of eyes peering out of her, her gaps or anything like that. She just makes this comment. And then as you move through the city, there's a moment you're all sort of together. You turn a corner and you suddenly realize she's not there. Like she was with you as you turn the corner. The next second, she's not there.
Did somebody wake her up?
Well, we can hope.
Well, you recall she didn't have a body.
No, she can't be woken up. So either she's been stolen back by the spider beast, or something else.
Which makes me think, was she sent to bait us into a trap?
Quite possibly.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
See you next week on Harlem Unbound.
just, I was about to say, and just as we're closing out, you hear, you see a few people furtively moving along the streets, but basically the streets are empty. And you hear this kind of heavy footsteps coming around a corner towards you, and you can see as you are sort of peeling around the corner to head towards the, following Jackson to the tavern, you see the tips of writhing things ahead of you coming around a corner, and that is where we will.
Yeah, and I have two conditions. Okay.
Damn it! I was going to play some music to try and inspire you.
Well, you can do that when we arrive.
Yeah.
All right, I will.
Thank you.
I will end the stream.
Thank you, everybody who joined us. That's Bruce.